7 attack boost, 7 crit eye, 3 crit boost, and 3 weakness exploit. If you played base game World at launch, you remember this build. It was 4-piece Draken, or in this case, 5-piece, right here. I went back to base game Monster Hunter World, or just Monster Hunter World Iceborne, to look back at this set, and just just for the sake of nostalgia, to just recall what a boring meta this was. The one armor set every single person used because there was nothing better. This was peak Monster Hunter. This is what you strive for. And it was the most boring, uninspiring thing ever. It really was. And I'm so glad we got rid of it. Having said that, did you know that you could almost make an identical build in Monster Hunter Rise? Yo, what is up? It's your boy. I'm just kidding. I would never start a video that way. If I ever start a video that way, please smack me upside the head and delete my YouTube channel. Please. I hope I never sink that low. Okay, moving on though. So, that build in Monster Hunter World was the meta, 4-piece Draken. And that is always what meta DPS people always shot for, was that legendary 7 attack, 7 crit eye, 3 crit boost, 3 weakness exploit. That's what you always shot for. And it wasn't until Iceborne that we were able to. It wasn't really till, like certain Iceborne builds were able to do it, but once we got Fatalis gear, pretty much you could just plug in whatever the hell you want. But before that, you kind of had to work. You kind of had to work to get your 7 attack and 7 crit eye, and you can kind of make it here, but just like in World before Fatalis, you have to really work for it. But it's possible. But the one thing I can tell you is it requires a very special talisman, a number of special talismans. So a number of special talismans can make this build, but let's go over it. Let's go over exactly what it takes to make the godliest of all god builds. What does it take? So, as you can see, for this, I don't exactly have it. But that's okay, because we're still over cap 10% divinity. Theoretically, you would want to have this build possibly on a T-Rex weapon, even with the crappy sharpness. Like, who cares? You're just maxed out everything, just unga bunga all over the place. But the key to this build is the talisman. And let me break it down for you. What you want in a talisman, as you can see here, my talisman isn't actually that great. I just have 2 slots, and just happen to have quick sheath because I'm just using a longsword as an example. But if you want to make the god build, you theoretically need a talisman that not only has 3 essential skills on it, but quite possibly 4 or 5. And theoretically, it might be possible to get 6, I've heard. And when I mean essential skills, I mean like one of the 4 skills that make up the god build. Attack, crit eye, crit boost, or weakness exploit. You would need 4 to 6 of those skills on your talisman alone. So, I've heard rumors of talismans having that much value on them. I've yet to see them, but my best talisman that actually gets as close to this is actually here, I'll show you what that is. I think I showed it off on one of my other videos, but it's actually it is a rarity 5. It is a rarity 5 crit eye talisman, and it gets me 3. So with 3 here, I'm ready to equip this. Sadly, I would be overcapped with these boots. So if you have a combination of just 3 flat crit eye, you actually can't use the Ingot Greaves in combination with the Kaiser Helmet because it puts you over cap. And you want to use the Kaiser Helmet because this is best in slot. There's nothing else that's going to beat this. So that means you have to replace these Greaves. And the only other Greaves you can really replace it with is either the Hunter Greaves or the Toby Greaves. And you're not going to do Toby Greaves because they give you more crit eyes, so you're going to do Hunter Greaves. So we're just going to do a this is an example of how you would do this depending on the talisman that you have. So now I'm not over crit. So now I have exactly 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a crit eye there. 7. It's got exactly 7 crit eye. So as you can see, we are still short. We are still short 1 weakness exploit. Now keep in mind, this is also with a slot on the weapon. If you wanted to do this with Tigrex, which is like best case scenario, you would need 2 more essential skills on this. So it's possible, but it will be really hard. You are looking for the God Roll Talisman, is what you're looking for. And I'm probably thinking that once update 2 comes about for a 3.0 version of this game, the version of the update act that actually finishes Monster Hunter Rise and gives us the complete game, we'll get a better chess piece, because compared to all the other pieces that we have, the chess piece, you don't really have many options for it in terms of attack or affinity. So that is what is holding us back currently from reaching this mythical build easier, is the chess piece. But I have no doubt that come next update we will get something that has 2 attack or 2 crit eye and a 2 slot or something, and it'll be much easier to make this build. Until then, if you're using Nargacuga, just like I showed previously, you'll probably just want to drop a crit eye, and then you'll be good. Where to put this? You'll want to drop a crit eye, and this is as closest as you can get to the God build without and with an Nargacuga weapon. But once we get better chess piece, and if you're lucky enough to get a godlike talisman, you can then start using other weapons, potentially the Tigrex. But even then, that's not really going to compare to 4-piece Draken because of the sharpness mitigation. But, you know, it's okay. You can pretend that you have Master's Touch on if you want. But thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to go over, I just wanted to talk about this potential build and just theory crafting and how this is, we're eventually going to be able to make the build way easier. It's just an inevitability with like the way this game is progressing. But I just wanted to show you that it is possible to make the build right now. This requires a lot of luck. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and visit my Twitch. I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, bye-bye and have a good night.